Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy, and you have found my YouTube channel about cross stitch. If you're returning, thank you for hitting play and returning to watch each time I put up a video. If you're new, welcome. This is a channel primarily about cross stitch. I do quilt. I don't think I'll show you any quilting stuff today. I've been quilting, it's all kind of hard to show on video. So I am filming in a new location. If you are returning, usually I film in my craft room, but that is very messy and the house is empty right now. It's like a random Tuesday morning, November the 4th, and I'm off work today and the kids are at school and the husband's at work, and so the house is empty. And so I thought I would film in a spot that I could actually show off some previous finishes. This is a hutch that my husband made in our living room area where the TV is and stuff. And so I change out the decor on here monthly to seasonally, depending on, I just put this up for November. It'll come down and I'll put Christmas up around early December, but I thought I would give you some eye candy to look at. And so, yeah, I briefly will tell you what's up here. So this is a Let's Ride a Bike, Stitching with the Housewives. That's the November one. This is either Country Cottage or Little House Needleworks, called Be Thankful. I did that a long time ago. This is the cottage. This one is the cottage Little House Needleworks, cottage of the month. This is a Plum Street Samplers, Turkey Bay. This one is, I'm gonna forget the name of the designer. Says Thankful at the bottom, I think. Sorry, I don't remember. If you need to know, well, just send me a message and I can find it. And then that's a little machine embroidered pillow that I did. I think it's by Kimberbell. I'm gonna have to pause for a minute because some of my piles of stuff just fell over. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I have piles of stuff around me because I usually don't. It's all kind of on the floor. I'm just sitting on and I feel really low. I wish I had something to sit up higher, but I'm sitting on a footrest kind of thing for my part of our couch. Anyways, sorry if you can hear dogs snoring in the background as well. We have a 11-year-old, 12-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, and he is very much an old man and just snores. Okay, so I will get into, I have a couple of fully finishes. I have some previous finishes that I thought I would show because last time I did that, it was very motivating to get them fully finished. And so, yeah, I thought I would just show them on here. Sorry, brain fart. And then I have I have some whips, I have some projects that I've started that have been kind of put away that I plan to pull out, so I guess that would be plans. I have a whole other pile of projects that are kitted that haven't been started that I would like to potentially start some. And then at the end, a little bit of haul, and then if you're enabling with charts, I have a few of those pulled for the season that I don't know, I just pulled them in case I got motivated or inspired, we'll say, to start something. So, okay, first the fully finishes. So this one was a start and a finish. Since I saw you last, I kind of randomly decided to start it. I did it a few days before Halloween. Let's see. Yeah, I started at the 29th and I was able to actually finish it on Halloween. So this is Halloween Quilt by Primrose Cottage. I got the finishing kit that included the pins and the what is this called? Chenille. It's stitched on a picture of this plus fabric, so it's not the called for fabric, but it's the called for floss. And yeah, so I didn't have it fully finished in time to be up for Halloween, but I thought I would fully finish it now. Yesterday, I think I did, and so I could have it in time for this video. I just pop it right there for now. I am new, so I don't usually work the weekends. I worked Sunday because they were short, and so I knew I was gonna have this like random middle of the week day off where everybody was out of the house, and so I was like feeling ridiculously excited about all the stuff I can get done today and not be bothered. I have like a blissful 7.5 hours while the kids are at school. It's like, I feel very weird looking forward to that, but it's kind of ridiculous how excited I was about it. So anyways, okay, next finish is this Boo mini bag. This only took me like a day. I started the 19th and finished at the 20th. And so now I can use it for Halloween. And then I also did the scary bag. These are shepherd's bush patterns. And then I had most of the bags in my stash. I stitched with the pearl cottons, which I did have to order. But yeah, I'm excited now. I can move all my like kitted Halloween stuff into just one place. And that's fun. Another fully finish is, this was actually like a previous finish from a while ago. Or I stitched it last year or 2 years ago. It's a Plum Street Samplers called Give Thanks. And then I just found this round frame from Hobby Lobby that it would fit in. And so here it is. Super cute. The original pattern is finished in like a hoop. But since I found this frame that I liked and it fit okay, I thought I would use that. And then this is a big one. I actually met my goal of finishing it before Halloween. This has been close to one of my oldest whips. I think I started it in 2020 or 2021, I don't remember. But it's called Quaker Pumpkins. When did I finish it? I finished it the 27th of October. And my goal was to finish it before Halloween, so I did. It's stitched on 40 count Vanilla Latte by Bestitch Me with, I don't think it's any of the called for floss, but they look very similar to the pattern. And I ordered the frame from Hobby Lobby, like custom framed, but then I finished it myself, which it's not fully straight, but I'm okay with it. And so yeah, I'm happy to have gotten this finished, and I will get it up for Halloween next year. So that is all the fully finishes. I have one that I just finished the stitching on this morning. I started it like Sunday, and yeah, so this is the seasonal A Year in Chalk by Hands On Design, stitched with, it's Bamboo Classic Colorworks and a Gentle Arts. This one is Ginger Snap. I'm stitching it on 14 count chalkboard black. I have one more in this series and then they're all finished, and so I'm excited to finish those this year, and then I can get them all fully finished, and that would be super exciting. So okay, next I will show a few like previous finishes in hopes that showing them on here will motivate me to fully finish them for this year. We'll see. They're mostly Christmas, so and winter. So sorry if you're not really in the mood for that yet. I know Thanksgiving has not yet happened, but so this is a fun one. I actually should take this to get framed, I think. This is a Barbara Anna Christmas tree, I think it's called. It's stitched with DMC. This was a kit I got from Nitka Moscow. The fabric is 25 count, I think. Yeah, but it's really pretty. I finished it last year. It had been kind of a languishing whip and decided to buckle down and get it done, and I'm really happy I did. Maybe I'll take that to the store today to get framed, or pick out a frame for it. The next one is, this is called Invierno by Satsuma Street. I stitched with a called for DMC. I have the spring one started, and I have the floss for the summer and fall, but I haven't started those yet. So I'll probably finish spring and then start the next season this year. That's stitched on a, looks like a 25 count, just white Lugana. Next, this is a series of patterns from It's Soema Fat Quarter Shop. I stitched this one a couple years ago. I have the other two. There's a snowman and a reindeer that are kitted that are in my plans to maybe stitch this year. We'll see. It's a lot of stitching involved, but super cute. They're each a little bit of a different size, so it's kind of hard to, I'd like to frame them like together, I think, or display them together like as one piece, but each one is a little bit of a different size, so I don't know how that would work, but this is an old one. What's her name? Hands on Design and Priscilla Blaine, Mary. This goes along with like the jars series, all jarred up maybe. This is a little pillow. I was gonna stitch the jar, and then I decided it wasn't calling to me, so I kind of unkitted it. This is an old Luminous Fiber Arts pillow stitched on a 40 count, not pillow, chart, stocking. That's been sitting in my whip or my finish box for way too long. I just need to buckle down and finish it. I even interfaced it already. I just gotta find, I think part of my problem is I've never made a stocking. Like, I know I could do the sewing, I'm not worried about that, but just sitting down to figure out the pattern, I think. This is another big finish last year. It is called, I can't remember. It's a Fat Quarter Shop, either a free pattern or like, it's like $4 or something. It's stitched in MPI silks. Sorry, I obviously did not iron. But yeah, this was a fun, I like that fill-in for projects, so I need to go to Hobby Lobby and pick out some pieces for that. Now would probably be a good time. This is a Counting Puzzles, Counting Puddles piece, something about a snowman. That's all backstitch in there, and holy moly. The actual piece, like the chart cover photo, is finished in a frame or a hoop, I think. So I might finish it that way if we'll see. It's stitched on a 14 count navy with the called for DMC. So that was fun to stitch last year. This one, I still have to add the buttons to it, but this was a whip for a long time, and I got it done last year. All that white fill-in took forever, but I brought it on a trip with me, and so it was good. Like, I was able to, you know, outline these and fill that in, and fill in the wheelbarrow and fill in that stuff. So I just need to find a frame for this and add the buttons. I do want to frame it, I think, in like a blue frame. This is an last year's, I think this was a free stitch Friday by Picture This Plus, called Winter Wonderland. So it's stitched with the called for, this was my first time using cottage garden threads on this one. And then the fabric is like a 32 count gray. I don't know the name of it. I'll finish that into a pillow. This is a Picture This Plus, not Picture This Plus, cottage, either Country Cottage Needleworks, I think. It's called In the Meadow. Cute little snowman. I love the fabric color. This is the Bee Stitch Me fabric. I think I stitched that last year. Two more. This is, I think, Winter Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I don't know what the fabric is, but, and I don't know what the floss is either. Sorry. I probably showed that if I made a video last year around this time. And then this one is a Luminous Fiber Arts. Can't remember what she calls these, but I need to just finish this, and I probably put it in into a pillow. I stitched this with that's Belswa silk, I think. Obviously, I like monochromatic stuff. This is embroidery, machine embroidery, that I did a long time ago. It's kind of like playing. I think it's so cute. I just need to finish it. And hopefully get those iron creases out, or those fold creases out. And it puckered a little bit. So obviously I am not a machine embroideress. I have an embroidery machine that I dabble with sometimes, but yeah, so I did this, and I have the background fabric to finish it into a cute little pillow. I just haven't. So I'm showing you with the hopes of that motivating me to fully finish it. We'll see. All right, next, lips. Yes. So trying to organize it a little bit. I've been stitching on a little bit of things. I kind of focused on Quaker Pumpkin a lot in October, and so when that was finished, I kind of felt like I didn't know what to work on. And then last weekend I had startitis, so I started a couple things. But anyways, the first one, let's see. The first thing I will show you is, it's called Tonight We Ride by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Let me pull it up here. It's not there. Sorry, I'll pull it up in Pattern Keeper. So yeah, it's loaded in Pattern Keeper, Autumn Lane Stitchery. That's what it'll look like finished. I saw it on like the cover of somebody's YouTube video. I think it was Adelaide Stitches. I didn't actually watch the video, but I don't know, just seeing the cover picture was motivation enough. And I knew I had the called for fabric. It's called for in a linen, but I had the Lugana. It's called Pumpkin Patch by Be Stitch Me. And so that's my progress. I'm stitching a 2/2 on a 30. This is either 28 or 32 Lugana. So that's the far left. I'm over here. So I knew I wasn't gonna finish it for Halloween this year because I didn't start it until like a few days before Halloween. But here's the called for colors. DMC, it uses like 5 skeins of 310, so it's a lot of stitching. How many? Where I'm at. Ouch. It's 14,000 stitches, and I did 902. So that might be like a focus for next year. Maybe it's one I can pull out on the 13th of every month, 13th and 31st. I'm not very good at doing that, but it's, you gotta have kind of goals, or it's a thought anyway. What else? And then next I just pulled this out for one day. It's been a whip for a long time. I'm at 29% apparently, 6,000 stitches out of 21,000. It's called Pavane by Long Dog Samplers. That's what it'll look like eventually. I'm not doing it in those colors, but this is an old whip. This was a New Year, New Start for 2021. But this last time I pulled it out, I was able to get that border. This is the outer border. So that's as big as it'll be. I just need to finish all that stitching on the inside. So for this being a whip since 2021, it is not far enough. And so part of my plans is to kind of focus on it this coming year, 2026. So, you know, 5 years being a whip is plenty, and it is time to finish it. And I kind of hemmed and hawed about the floss. Like, it's cool. It's a Be Stitch Me. It's like her colors. So kind of purple and gray and a little bit of black. And so sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. Right now I like it, and so that was what motivated me to pull it out. And I just need to focus on it and make a plan to get it done. Next I had, so this was when I started last year on Thanksgiving. It's a big girl, she's a big girl, so it's not gonna be finished soon. Real Comfort by Plum Street Samplers. I have all the called for, I think it's the called for anyway. Fancy. There's some DMCs, and then Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works. I'm stitching it on a piece of, it's called Through the Stones by Be Stitch Me. It's a 32 count Lugana. And so this is, and I'm only stitching one strand of floss over two. And Be Stitch Me, her Lugana is pretty tight, and so it actually, I don't mind the coverage. It's not like, I don't know if you can tell on the video, but so basically last year I kind of stopped at all the leaves that you see, and then I started adding some of the stars and stuff. So it's a big one, but that's the far edge. So now I have 3 corners, so I can kind of get an idea of how big it'll be, which is good. I'm gonna enjoy the process of working on that. I kind of bounce back and forth of like just enjoying the process of stitching, and so that's when I work on bigger pieces. Sometimes I like need a goal, need to finish, and that's why I like pull out a bunch of smalls. But anyway, 3 more whips. So last Saturday, I think it was, I had some startitis and I started two projects. The first one is this Thanksgiving Sampler Holidays by Blueberry Ridge. I just got this recently. I'm stitching it on 18 count mummy. I have this like large skein hank of Be Stitch Me Silk and Tea Leaf. And it's been sitting in my stash for a while, and I kind of didn't know what I would use it for because it's pretty highly variegated, but it did remind me of fall. And so I thought, why not use it on this project? So here is my start, was just the border. I kind of wanted to see what the variegation would look like, and so it'll be cute. Yeah, I'm liking 18 count. Is it 1? Nope, it's 2. 2 strands. 2 strands over over 1 square. Probably just wanted like a fuller coverage on it, but right now I'm not hitting myself for doing 2 strands. I think once I get into that house, it's gonna be a little bit thick, and that, like, not thick to the point of looking bad, but thick to the point of a little bit hard to stitch. So we'll see. All right, and then I saw somebody else on Flosstube mentioned they were starting this project on November 1st. Sorry, I can't remember who it was. I think it was, I don't know if you can tell on the video, but feel like it's somebody that Laura Stitching by the Shore mentions a lot, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But it's Quilts by Long Dog Samplers. I've wanted to stitch this for a long time, and it is very fall themed, so I didn't have the pattern, but it was like in the back of my mind as when I wanted to stitch. And so I just bought the pattern and I pulled the floss. Most of it's the called for. Some of it I had to sub out because I didn't have the called for, but I had something similar. It's called for Gentle Arts. But Gentle Arts, their dye lots change like a lot. And so, you know, this pattern I think was published in 2018 is what the year is on it. Yeah, and so the dye lot from then for Gentle Arts is like way different. But I started up in the top right corner, so basically that area is what you'll see. Not very much progress. It was just like an hour or two. Yeah, close this up. So this is 20 count Vanilla Latte by Stitch Me with one strand of floss over one square. So there it is. I will try to put a few more stitches into that this season, but we'll have to kind of see what's calling to me. I'm gonna get to the point here where I'm annoyed with how many whips I have again, and I'll start to want to work on a finish, and so yeah. All right, last whip is a Primrose Cottage pattern. Like I said, I just kind of needed a small. It's called Hello Autumn. I think it was a Free Stitch Friday. So that's what it'll look like. And here's my little bit of progress. I'm stitching with the called for Classic Colorworks. The fabric is a 32 count. Platinum, I guess? Platinum linen? I don't know if that's a linen or not. It might be. It's kind of thick. Usually I feel like linen is a little bit thinner feeling, but anyways, called for Classic Colorworks. And this should be a quick start and finish. This is one that I can take and do at work pretty easily if it's slow. Okay, that's all my whips. Next, I was gonna show, I could put this down. I was gonna show projects that I have started in the past couple years that are, I think most of them are Christmas, to be honest with you. So sorry if you're not in the Christmas winter mood. But again, as a way to motivate me to finish them. So we'll see. Oops. All right, this first little pile. So this winter is a Rosewood Manor chart. I started it last year. It came as a kit, and it came with the, what are these flosses called? House of Embroidery. They're like already variegated, already bobbinated. And this is a piece of Stitch Me ledger, and that's a Lugana. What's it say on here? 32 count Lugana. So that's my progress. So this should be a finish this coming winter season. It might not be until January, but that is a goal. So I guess this is going to be a combination of plans and plans and whips. Okay. This next one is a drawn thread, the Winter Garden. It has one of these seasonally. I have each one as a kit that came with the called for floss and the fabric. This is a 32 count linen that I started last year, and that's all I got for a start. So I definitely need to put more work into this, but it's 32 count 1/1, not 1/1, 1/2, with which is, you know, you don't see very often on 32 count, but it's filling in nicely. So there is that one. And then I've had this winter garden by Hello from Liz Matthews kitted up for a long time. I kitted up the silks from my stash. That's what it'll look like when it's done. And this is how far I've got. Where did I start? I probably started here. So just the border. Sorry, that's not very exciting. I don't know what linen this is. At least I wrote it down. Nope. And then these are the floss that I pulled from stash. They are, I don't think any of the called fors, but they're similar. They're all silk. Not all. There's a few that are just cotton, but most are silk. So this is a good one that, like, this outer border would be really easy to just do like at work, and once you get the pattern down, you can just sit and stitch and pick it up and put it down easily. That's kind of how I determine if it's a project I can do at work, is if I can just pick it up and put it down and not overthink it. Okie dokie, this isn't, oh, not this one. This I started last year, maybe 2 years ago. It's called Winter Moon by Plum Street Samplers. Gosh, it's gorgeous. That pink house is so fun. Paulette and her houses. I'm stitching it with the called for, I think this was a kit that I got. Oh, 36 count salt bush. I can't remember where I got the kit from, but here is my progress. Not much, but I was enjoying working on it I think it was last year that I started it. Here's the floss. Very pretty, pretty. So I need to make progress on that this year. Probably won't finish it, probably won't be a focus, but I will definitely put some time into it. These next three are more of a focus ones. This one, I don't have the cover photo, so you'll just have to pretend you know what it looks like. It's a Jardin Privé, originally called Red Christmas, but she has a version for green, and I chose the green. So I worked on this a lot in Jolly July, and I got the border done. I did like a strand a day kind of thing. And that's what I want to do in December. All of it in here is like Quaker motifs and words. I think it's that say Christmas in different languages. And so I would like to, like in December, do a strand a day. And this is my oldest whip, like from Christmas of 2020. And so need to get it done. This one too is one I would like to focus on. It's a Glendon Place pattern called, what's it called? Woodland Wonder. So it's got, this is all like Krynick. These are beads, or there's not all beads, but there's beads in the tree. And I have the little Krynick and beads kit. The rest is DMC. This is a Picture This Plus Earthen 28 count. For how long it's been a whip, I don't have enough progress on it. I get kind of distracted and I'm hesitant to work on it, I guess, when it comes to winter time. So I just need to make it a priority this year. Let's see, a needle in there. Oh, I do, it's right there. So yeah, this was a kit I got a long time ago and started a long time ago. And when did she sign it? She signed it in 2020. Oh, that means I started it in 2020. So this is probably my second oldest whip, because I'm pretty sure I got it and started it right away because I wanted to stitch it with another Flosstuber who, I don't know if she makes videos anymore. I haven't seen her make any recently. Candace K. All right, next. This is a full, okay, couple in here. So I got this is a kit, Winter Forest kit by Primrose Cottage, with the called for linen mini dots, 36 count, and then the fancy floss and the pins. I'm pretty sure I got this last year, so I just need to stitch that, and I want to finish it in a drum like it shows. These are all together in the same bag because they're all Primrose Cottage. This next one is called Christmas Magic. Pretty sure I started this last Christmas. I'm stitching it with the called for 32 count taupe. And then these are the floss that I still need to put in, I think is why they're out. I actually might just need to do the white, but this I will for sure finish before Christmas this year. There's that one. And then this one's been a lingering one. I think I started it with the stitch along 2 years ago. Let me see, what's the copyright date on it? 2023. Welcome to the North Pole. I don't know why I stopped working on it. I think I just got burnt out, but because it's a lot of stitching. But I would like, God, it's wrinkly. Sorry. I would like to finish this year. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 4 more little shelves. It's 28 count Joblin Hot Cocoa by Bee Stitch Me. So that is going to be a focus this Christmas time. How many? Anybody keeping track? How many have I said that about? You know, they can all be focuses. We'll see. Okay, so that is it for like projects that have already been started. Projects that I would like to pull out and put some time into. First is Too Small. So this is the last, this will start in December. The last of that series, Peace on Earth, or A Year in Chalk. The other one that I want to stitch as a small is this Give Thanks by Primrose Cottage. So I have a piece of Mummy, 18 count Mummy by Bee Stitch Me pulled out, along with probably the called for or similar floss. So that'll be, by the time I film, should be started and maybe even finished. And then these ones, Hank, stop. Sorry, he's wiggling the camera. Okay, this next box is, again, mostly Christmas projects that I want to, some of them I want for sure want to start this year. Like this one, sorry, I'm just going to show you the floss and the fabric. It's the Dear Santa by Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitch with the Housewives, that just came out. Just came out here recently. Well, it came out in PDF. Like Saturday or something. So I bought it November 1st. Sorry if he's wiggling the camera. I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, sorry for the, well, it wasn't any time for you, but I got up and stretched my legs for a second and got some coffee, and right now I'm having to pet the dog. Hank, an old man. Okay, so next project that this might be a Christmas start for me is this new Mirabilia. Well, I don't know if it's new, but Mirabilia, what's her name? I don't know her name, sorry. Oh, Mary. Cute. I have all the beads, and it calls for just, it does call for a couple Karen water lilies and Krynic, and DMC. So, and Krynic is probably hard to get. And I don't know about the Karen water lilies. I'll have to see. I'll probably just pull something fancy from my stash for the Karen water lilies, but I would like to start that. I think it's pretty. Start that, won't be finished till for Christmas. These are the, I showed you that finished Santa. Oh, there's a lot more in here. I showed you that finished Santa with the words, and these are the other two. What do they call them? Typeface series. So here's Jack Frost, and here is the floss is in the way. Rudolph, and I have 14 count chalkboard black in there. So I might just go see if I can find like some 10 by 10 white frames and see if that would work. And then, so a couple years ago, Kathy Haberman did this Jingle Ball class that I bought the kit for. Went to the class, but didn't do the stitching. So that's in this bag of shame. And then these little ornaments are fun. I need to stitch these this year. These are good take to work projects because they're small. Sorry, I have to put this stuff back in the bags. Otherwise, this will just be a freaking nightmare to clean up. It's already bad enough. And then these other ones, let's see what's in here. Oh, this one. I kitted it last year, but this Keepsakes 2025, I have the calendar. I want to stitch this guy. Golly, he's beautiful. I have some 14 count Ada pulled, and then it calls for a ton of floss, but I really want to get this started because it's just so pretty. So pretty. So that's been kitted, and I will start that this maybe today. We'll see if I feel like another new start. I'm already at like 4 new starts for the month, and that kind of starts to rattle me a little bit. I have a bunch of Primrose Cottage smalls in here. So here's Christmas Quaker. I have, this was in their Sip and Stitch box last year around this time, and so it's this Home for the Holidays, and then this Cups, I think, yeah, Cup of Cheer, and then there's like a freebie they gave you. So I have the DMC and the some fabric for it, so that might get started this year. Should get started and finished this year, but all right, next and last in this box, and then we'll get to haul, is I have a bunch of Mill Hill Christmas. Dog. Not Mill Hill Christmas, but there's Mill Hill Christmas in here, but this is a Christmas tree. This was a kit I got from Fat Quarter Shop a long time ago. So it's kitted with like three skeins of Bayberry Week Styleworks. That's what it'll look like. It's a little bit lighter than the cover photo, but these are just fun. Again, with the pearl cottons. So there's that one, and then this snow globe kind of wintry guy. And then this is a fun like Mill Hill buttons and beads. That's full coverage, so that might take a minute. And then this little snowbells guy, my son actually picked that out. Took him to the Flosstube shop when we were like, I think we were PCSing somewhere, and he picked that one out for some reason. And then I have all these Satsuma Street ones that are just so adorable. So I need to at least pick one of those to start and finish. Somebody I saw on Facebook posted this cute picture of, it was her Mill Hill, Satsuma Street's Mill Hill Halloween ornaments all on this little tabletop tree. It was so cute. So like very motivating or inspiring, we'll say, to get it stitched, get those stitched, because I have a bunch of those here too. All right, next we'll get into haul. There's not a whole bunch, yay me. But I got the final in this series, Wordy Birds. I plan to stitch one of these a month next year, we'll see. This is the Cottage Garden number 5, a turkey. He is so cute. I get the floss, the called for fancy floss at least. And then I got the Chantel's 141 did like an Christmas ornament mystery box. I can't remember what she calls it. Where you get basically 5 designers design ornaments, and then she sends Chantal cuts the pieces, the wood pieces for you, and you can stitch them and finish them like that. So the first one in the box was Wreath Birds. This is Robin Pickens. And you only get one of the, so I'd have to pick one or the other. I'd probably do, I guess you didn't have to. You could do both and just change it out. Like one's kind of Christmassy, one's kind of wintry, but that's cute. This is Annie B's. It's called Feathers and Frost. I like it. It's not super my style, but I like it. Hands-on design, poinsettia pageant. Of course, that's beautiful. Plum Street Winter Stroll. This is just cute with the little goose. Cute little goose. And then Giver by Teresa Kogut. It's actually very pretty. Calls for Classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. Golly, there's a long list for, doesn't look like there's that many colors, but I guess his face has a lot. So, and this is kind of the size like for that Giver one. So it's a decent size, you know. These are all the different ornaments. And even if I don't like stitch the ornament now, I just like having the wood finishing pieces to use. And then I did sign up for Jingle Ball classes. I haven't started stitching for any of them. I know for sure I want to stitch for the snow globe. At least have one snow globe done, and then I would like to have the Santa by Hands-on Design done. So that's what's in this bag, is all those projects. I did buy the 2 blue ribbon, no, 2 blue flower ones. And I can't tell if I have both of them kitted up or not. I have the Biscornu kitted up. I don't think I have the Little Animals one kitted up, but I think I'll just start the stitching in the class and just watch how she finishes, because I got too many other things to do, and I like those, but I don't like them as, I like them and want to stitch them, but I really want to do that Santa Claus and learn how to do a stand-up. Okay, that's, we're at 49 minutes, a little bit of a longer video for me. Now, if you don't like to be enabled, I would warn you to turn off the video. Sorry, that was a really geeky laugh. So I pulled patterns from my stash for like fall and Christmas. I don't think there's winter yet, of things that I would like to one day stitch. I've done this year for whatever reason and pulled like a bunch more patterns than I could actually realistically stitch in that season, and I don't know, some part of me wants to just go through the patterns, and I'm going to be okay with that. And so why not just share it with you, because I pulled them all out, and at some point I'll have to file them all back, but not anytime, not until the season's over. So here are And they're not in any particular order, so it's probably going to be mixed up. But this first one was a little gift. Not really a gift. It was like the quilt guild I'm in. One of the ladies had purchased it a long time ago and decided she wasn't going to stitch it, and so she gave it to me. I think I'm going to stitch it for her and gift it to her for Christmas this year, which our holiday party is on the 16th of November, and so I need to pull the floss for that and stitch it and finish it. That would be easy enough. This is Lori Holt Christmas. These are so cute. It's just a pattern. This Emily's Bliss by Summer House Stitchworks was, I think, like an exclusive from a group last year. Not last year. 3 or 4 years ago, to be honest. It is now out. She's released it. What's her name? Summer House Stitchworks. I would like to finish it like this drum. It has the floss in there, that stuff, the fabric. So this is another one of those ones that should be with the kitted stuff that I should start and finish. All right, hands-on design. That's a wrap. So just so cute. This Quaker, Cocoa Quaker by Primrose Cottage. This Barbara Anna piece, I have a Halloween one very similar. I don't know why I got the paper because it's in PDF, and I would much rather stitch this from my tablet. So I might just sell this and rebuy the PDF. But yeah, I think that's so fun. Just fun. These two I found at an estate sale. This is Lizzie K. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It came with the fabric. So that's cute. And then the Shepherd's Bush one came with the fabric and the floss. So I need to stitch that up. Look, I liked this pattern so much, I bought it twice. So let's do a giveaway. Yeah, if you want this, comment Christmas, and I will, oh, I don't want to pick somebody at the next video because I don't know when the next video will be. It'll probably be sometime in December, and you might want to get this before then. So how about instead send me a message on Instagram, and whoever is first will get it. I'll just ship it to you. I am Mandy Meets Stitches on Instagram. So if you've made it this far in the video, you're welcome. This is Tiny Modernist. What is it called? Scandi Christmas set. And they're just so cute. Cute, cute, cute. This is another Plum Street Plum Street Samplers, this joyous season. I was going to say house. It's very pretty. Repeat the sounding joy. Very good Christmas. This is that ornament. I've shown a couple in my last video where I did a pumpkin and I did a sunflower and there's a watermelon that I change out on the frame. So this, I might actually stitch. This is another with my needle, reindeer games. This was like a stitch along last year, I think, and I had wanted to stitch along and didn't, but I have the boards and I guess some bean sprout pulled. This is a Shannon Christine. It says Snow Globe Club 1. She must have done a couple, but for some reason I only have this one. It's pretty. Oh, this one, it's Hobby House Press, Dasher and Dancer. It's beautiful Christmas, and I have 2 skeins of Gloriana, so I wanted to stitch it in green. This one, oh my. This is a Scarlet House Christmas Tide at Holly House, but I have all the NPIs for. And I don't love those reindeer, so I probably just stitch like the house and up. Maybe move a reindeer up somewhere, but And then I have these two. I think I probably wanted to use this Java hut for the bricks, and that would actually be not a bad idea. But this is just kind of enabling. I don't think I'll start this year. This is an oldie but a goodie. Holly Jolly Farm by Hands On Design and Priscilla Blaine. It's kind of fun to see like how they've evolved their style. Hands On, or Priscilla Blaine. And then this is Giggly Wiggly Reindeer. So cute. Look at those penguins on the back. Those are cute too. By the Trilogy. This is the Christmas box by Jeanette Douglas. So there's a lot of like specialty stitches in there. And I think I might have this box. So she has a garden one that I really like too. This is a Hands On Design bell. I think this is like a Jingle Ball release. This is the Summer House Stitchworks, like goes along with That's a Wrap by Hands On Design. This is the Summer House Stitchworks version. Okay, I think that's all the Christmassy ones. Some of these were in some kind of order. This is a cute one, Twice Blessed by Hands On Design. And I actually have two of these too. I don't have the other one pulled. So we'll do another giveaway. If you want this one, also send me a message on Instagram. You'll just have to tell me which chart. Make sure you say the name of the chart. Because they're both Hands On Design. That's just kind of funny. This is a cute little one. This would be a quick stitch, bird in the hand, Thanksgiving. This Turkey by Luminous Fiber Arts. Yeah, Luminous Fiber Arts. That's cute. Another, who is this by? Homestead Elegance Country Spirits Collection Turkey Trot Truck. That's cute, and I haven't seen like a bunch of people stitch it. This Gobble pattern by Bent Creek. Another with a needle and thread. Be Thankful. Plum Street Gobble Gob. That's just cute. Fun to say. Fun to say. Gather Here by Hello from Liz Matthews. I have two skeins of Belsois. I wonder if that's what it calls for. What's it say on here? Thread Gather, Silk and Color, and Smoke, but these Belsois will work. I need to start that. Then our Hands On Design, Gather Together. Autumn Provides, Summer House Stitchworks. I would stitch this probably in like a red or an orange monochromatic one. Maybe on an orange fabric with like this yellow color. That could be pretty. Pumpkin Lane sampler by Erin Elizabeth. I have the Dinky Dyes silk. So that's very pretty. I should have started that sooner this season, but. And then this book I love, Between Friends. So I like that sampler. These, let me show you if I can find it. There's a couple in here, a couple patterns. It's a collaboration with Summer House Stitchworks and Hands On Design. So there's like a roll up. This Pumpkins on a Roll is cute. And they have really good finishing instructions. Like on the inside, you do these felt pumpkins. So that'd be fun. Oh, there's tiny little scissor fobs. Like that. I can't show you the other side because it has the pattern on there. Trying to get to this one. These cute little pumpkins. Like how adorable are those? And then this, they did another like wrap series. So that's some of them. And yeah, that's it. But I guess all the patterns are on the back here. There's some like wool felt ones that I'm not all that interested in, but okay, we made it. Yeah, that's it. An hour in. Hopefully you had some stitching and you got some done. Thank you for watching and pressing play and staying till the end. Hopefully I will come back, probably not until after the Jingle Ball, unless I get a wild hair and find some time mid-month this month, but probably not. I don't think I'll have enough like stitching to show you because it'll all be kind of jumbly projects. I don't anticipate having a lot of finishes. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. If you want to try to be the first to get those two patterns, just send me a message on Instagram. I will happily mail them off to people who will also get use from them. Yeah, until next time, December sometime, I hope you enjoy your stitching and have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.